Thank you for joining me here in my garden in the last week of June. I'm a little late getting this video out to you guys, but it has honestly been so hectic and so busy. I really just been putting it off. I haven't even been in the garden very much over the past week because of how crazy hot it is. But I wanted to put this video out anyway, even though it's late, and I have a video for last week as well that I'll be posting up next. Um, so, what I'm doing today is I am edging my front lawn finally. I got this little edger off of Amazon. I will link it in the description if you'd like to take a look. And I am just running it along the edge of not the entire front yard because I did not finish and I decided I didn't want to go around the entire three sides. So I just did the front and the side next to the driveway. And honestly, I thought edging the front lawn would have been way more work than it ended up being. It was not, it really wasn't that bad at all. It just was a little tedious, but I really don't mind it. It was pretty cool. And you're gonna see how it turns out, and I think it's so cute. The only other thing that I have to do to make my front yard look really beautiful, how I'd like it to be, is to pull up all the weeds that's growing through my mulch. Oh, that's gonna be fun to get out. The rest of this should be easy, but there's some parts here that is still kind of connected into the ground by their roots. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to get this out. Oh, Lord. So I got some help to pull out all the excess soil, and I am putting the soil into some 20-gallon grow bags. I felt like that would be a good use for them. I can actually use that soil for growing other things, whatever I decide to plant in them. But there was actually quite a lot that I had to pull out. And I ended up using the shovel to get some of it out because the roots were so thick in some areas. I couldn't pull it all out by hand, and the edger didn't go deep enough to get it all out. Now I am putting down the white rocks along the edge of the front yard, right in between where the sidewalk ends and the edge. It's like a little cliff actually begins. I thought this came out so cute, and I actually got the idea from someone else's yard who I drove by. They had a cute little white rock border, and I thought that would be so adorable to do in my yard as well. It's really nice. Much better. So we gotta go to Lowe's. We have to go to Lowe's and get more rocks. So here I'm just using the shovel to get the rest of the edge that was up closer by the porch that I missed. I had to pull a ton of weeds from this area, and oh my gosh, must I say, weeding is probably one of my least favorite things to do. It is just so tedious, but it looks so much better when it's done. This area here, I have squash, zucchini squash, and I have 3 different kinds. However, one of them didn't come up over here. So I spaced them out. So I have 3. And what I did was I started new ones. However, I did not label them. So I have no clue which one is in which pot and which one I will be replacing the missing one with. So we're gonna I'm gonna dig up these dandelions because the oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dig up these dandelions. We have box elder seedlings popping up as well. Just so many seedlings coming up this time of year. You gotta really keep on top of it or they're gonna really take over the garden. I don't know what this is. I don't think I planted this, but this seedling, I kind of was like waiting to see what it grew to be. So I'm not sure, but I don't think I planted that. So I'm just gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull out. Ooh, there's lots of all this white. That's mycelium growing from whatever kind of like mushroom or other type of fungus is growing underneath the ground. That is a good thing. You want to see that because those it just lets you know that you have a lot of biodiversity in your yard. And mycelium network helps to break down millipedes. The mycelium networks help to break down um, things like wood chips. We're gonna pick a squash. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick a tiger by its tail. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother told me to pick this one right over here. Okay, so we're gonna plant this one. And hopefully we got one that's different from the ones that are already in the ground. Which actually I'm gonna look at the leaves and see if I can like compare them a little bit. Ugh. That looks kind of similar, but they're not gonna look exactly the same just because of the fact that these are in pots. They're not getting as much nutrients as the one in the ground are getting. Okay, this one's definitely not that one. Okay, we have no idea. We have no clue what's what. So I'm gonna plant this one. Thank you. We're gonna plant this one. We're gonna separate the root ball. And hopefully we don't disturb the roots too much because we don't want too much transplant shock. But it's gonna go into transplant shock no matter what. And let's get the rest of this. Actually, I'm gonna need to dig that because that one is deep in there. This is a dandelion root. Okay. I'm going to dig this down in there and cover it up with soil. And there we go. We have 1, 2, 3 zucchini squash. So one of them is supposed to be regular green zucchini. One of them is supposed to be a yellow zucchini. And the other one is supposed to actually be a white patty pan squash. It's like a flat disc. It looks like a UFO. Again, I don't know which one is which. We're going to see. It's going to be a surprise to all of us as the season goes on. Okay, so we're going to take the copper mesh and we put it around like a necklace on our squash plants. And that helps to keep squash and it poked. That helps to keep squash vine borers as well as slugs off of your plants. Hopefully that'll help this year because I had squash vine borers that ate all like it killed like 2 of my squash plants last year. So as you can see, my squash plants look so sad and so small. It is honestly so ridiculous how tiny they are. So they're getting eaten by slugs. So I'm putting little collars of copper mesh around them, and hopefully that helps to stop the slugs from eating them up. and stunting their growth. But honestly, we'll see how that goes, because I don't know if I don't know if I'm really optimistic about that at all. They're so small. They've been in the ground for, at this point, a month now, and they haven't done anything. Really ate this all the way down. There's nothing. There's not a leaf, nothing on my chocolate Trinidad's. Yeah, these slugs are like eating the really, really spicy pepper plants, which I think is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Because these ones, that's a spicy one. This one's not spicy. This one I think is also spicy, but it's not that spicy. But these ones are like the super, super spicy. 7 pot and the 7 Trinidad, 7 chocolate, whatever. Trinidad, whatever. But those ones, yeah, they're really high up there and they're eaten down to nothing. Whereas the sweeter peppers are, they're being eaten, but nowhere near the same. So this is what the edging looks like so far. I just need to get more rocks to finish it up, and I need to also need to water these in. I'm gonna put some dahlias right here. Ah! That was like really old lady-ish. The squash are looking lovely currently. I'm not sure if the copper mesh is helping them, but you know, because I haven't gotten any squash vine board, it's kind of early for that, so I'm not really sure. My little sunflowers here are really small, so yeah. I don't know what this is. I did not plant this. I don't know what that is. I'm kind of interested to see what that grows up into. My peppers still look really sad. I'm not sure if the copper is helping them because it's only been a couple days since I put the copper mesh on them. I do have to come through and weed. The corn is looking really nice. This is the red sweet corn. It's a little dry even though it's been raining. I think maybe I need to like fertilize it or something. I'm not sure. But it looks a little dry. And this one is the Martian Jewels corn. That looks really nice as well. The sunflowers on the side look really sad, but these ones look really a lot better. But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna move these sunflowers over. I have not done that yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna add um another succession of corn soon. This set of tomatoes looks so lovely, and as you can see, a lot of them are flowering. I do need to put down um, some of this. Soon so I don't get blossom end rot on my tomatoes. Snapdragons are coming up slowly. Cosmos are looking very nice, even though I do still need to repot them. And I also have to put these dahlias in the ground. These pole beans, I have to put them underneath the trellis. Something's eating them. Like something is eating all of my seedlings. It's really annoying. The dahlias that I put into the ground the other day are looking lovely, as well as the yarrow. The parsley still flowering. I'm gonna cut this back soon. As soon as it starts to like produce seed, I don't need this much seed, obviously. So once I start to get some seeds off of it, I'm gonna chop this all down because it is very much in the way, and I can put something else here. And same for the carrots. These ones are carrot seed, carrot flowers. Ooh, what are you? These ones are carrot flowers. They're really pretty, actually. What is on these? All types of things on these carrot flowers. It's a little weird. I didn't know carrots produced this many flowers, because there's only like 3 carrots in this raised bed that's producing this many flower heads. There I have a nice little borage volunteer. My raspberries are doing well as the sunflowers that I have back here. We have our first calendula flower, and oh my gosh, is she vibrant and beautiful. All the radish and lettuce seedlings pretty much just fell over because we had a really big torrential downpour of rain over the past couple days. Looking really crazy right now, honestly. And it has exposed some of the lettuces that are underneath here. I do finally have some Clarkia that are flowering out. The squash is proliferating like crazy. Oh my gosh. Chrysanthemum, beautiful. Tons and tons of peas. I just pulled a bunch of peas off of here like 2 days ago, and the amount that is back on here is crazy. The cucumbers are growing very, very nicely. Can't wait for them to start growing up the trellis. We have another borage volunteer looking lovely and getting ready to produce a absolute ton of flowers. This vetch, once this is done producing seed, I'm chopping all of this out and I'm going to be restarting broccoli and cabbages and other brassicas in this raised bed. And wow, another borage volunteer. And same for this raised bed. I have to pull the garlic that is hiding underneath all of this mess. Like, oh my god, I did not know that vetch really like takes over like this. I would have cut this down way smaller than I did. I left what I thought was a little bit in this raised bed, and this is like really crazy. And it's the same on in the other raised bed. These tomatoes honestly are not looking that great still. I kind of was thinking that they would look a little bit better by now because they're in the ground. They should be doing really good like the other ones on the other side. We'll see how these do throughout the growing season. I'm not going to bother them too much. My peaches, oh my god, they are getting bigger and they're doing very well. I'm not seeing any that look like they're being knocked off anymore. These ones are still here. So I'm gonna assume like they're not being bothered with too much. I don't know. Now back to tomatoes. These ones in the grow bags look fantastic. I am not sure what's going on with the other ones that are in the ground over here because these ones are getting direct sunlight just like those ones are, and they look so much better. I have no idea what's going on. It's so weird. My Morning Glory and Black Eyed Susans are taking their time, and so are my bitter melons that I have right here. My rose bush is budding out again. Beautiful. I can't believe I have grapevines coming up. Last year, these got attacked so bad by the Japanese beetles. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to protect them from them this year, but I'm going to look into that and see what I can do to prevent that because these got eaten so bad they did not grow at all. I had 2 grapevines. Only one of them is coming up though. The other one is not doing anything. I'm pretty sure that one died back. These cucumbers are really, really taking their time because I feel like they should be way bigger by now. Boysenberries are still forming. My mint, I think that's a sweet mint, not peppermint actually. We have a lot of blackberries that are coming in. My sweet peas on this side are really small, but the ones on this side are really taking off. I haven't done anything differently. Pole beans here looking very nice. And the okra over here. These, I believe, are cucumbers that are finally coming up. And then I have more pole beans over here. And cucumbers as well. I'm really looking forward to how these grow up and over my arch trellis this year. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure why, but my passion flower is pretty yellow. I don't know, maybe it's a fertilizing issue. I'm gonna have to see. So the foxglove just went to seed and I just dumped about 500 seeds in my hand just now. And I'm gonna go plant these in the front yard. Look at my toes in the video. So I went back to Lowe's finally and I got a couple more bags of white rocks to put around and finish the border to the front yard. And honestly, I thought this looked so cute. It gave the yard a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of elegance, you know, whatever. I thought this was just so adorable. So I got a couple more bags so that I could edge the backyard as well, in my flower garden area. And I am so excited for how that is going to turn out into August, because the dahlias are going to bloom in August or so. But yeah, tell me how you think of what you think about this. So I'm gonna end this video with staking up the marijuana plants. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden this week. We didn't do much, but we got some things done, and it feels really good to get things done. I'm so happy to see things growing the way that they are growing.